There are calls for the state government to better regulate dams that are used to store ash released by the burning of coal. Coal ash represents 18% of all waste produced in Australia, and in New South Wales there's an estimated 200 million tonnes in unlined waste dams. A new report by an environmental group claims the dams are contaminating surrounding waterways with heavy metals.
Environmentalist Paul Winn isn't here for a leisurely paddle. He's worried about what's hidden just beyond the shoreline.
All the ash dams that we sampled and all the sediment and water that we analysed had high concentrations of heavy metals.
He's spent 2 years collecting samples from around Vales Point and Araring power stations in Lake Macquarie, Liddell and Bayswater in the Hunter Valley, and at Mount Piper in Lithgow. His results show the levels of metals like selenium, boron, cadmium and zinc in the water exceeded guidelines.
We believe a much more extensive monitoring regime needs to be imposed by the EPA on these power station operators.
The power stations declined interviews, but said they're subject to comprehensive monitoring and that the report has not been peer-reviewed and contains sensationalist claims. Water scientist Dr. Ian Wright has read the report.
I think this is a really important expose of a major problem, a major environmental problem that is literally growing all the time.
He says heavy metals will continue to leach out of the unlined ash dams over decades.
Sadly, this is a problem we're giving to our ecosystem and future generations to manage and sort out.
The Environment Protection Authority has told a parliamentary inquiry the work would inform its own investigations.
A comprehensive study of surface water and groundwater around the power stations and their potential impacts on the surrounding environment.
The coal ash problem in New South Wales is growing by 4 million tonnes every year. That's 7 tonnes of coal ash waste produced a minute. Environmental groups say a tax or a levy on power stations for their ash waste could inspire the change that's needed. Recycling ash into concrete is one option, just as the need for a concrete solution grows. Ben Millington, ABC News, Lake Macquarie.